Ladies and gentlemen, it's Travis here, and welcome back to the SF Bay Area Sports Talk channel. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today, and welcome to another Golden State Warriors post-game show. Unfortunately, tonight, here in Game 2 of the Western Conference first round playoffs, the Warriors do drop this one 114 to 106 against the Sacramento Kings. Really a tough one. Tough loss. When you look at this loss, the Warriors essentially beat themselves because of how many turnovers they had in the game. Warriors 22 turnovers, and the Kings scored 25 points off of those turnovers. And so Warriors outshot the Kings in this game. Warriors shot well from three. Warriors played solid defense. Could have been better, but still was pretty solid. And the Warriors played well enough to win, and they come up just short again. And this is another tough loss. This Sacramento Kings team, you give them a lot of credit. They fought hard in this game. De'Aaron Fox, that dude is just unstoppable out there. Really tough to stop him, and he ends up having 24 points in the game. I think he scored about 11 or 12 points of that in the fourth quarter. And so when the Warriors, they were down by 14, they got to within 1 point. Excuse me. Seemed like every time the Warriors were putting together a rally, the Kings would answer back. De'Aaron Fox would score. What's going on, AM Echo Sky? How's it going? Good to see you in the chat. Welcome in to the Warriors post-game show. This was a tough one, but I still think Warriors have a chance still in the series. I feel like this series is not over after 2 games. I think the Warriors can fight back here. Now the series is going back to the Chase Center. So the key is, can you get wins in game 3 and 4 at the Chase Center to even up the series? You know that you eventually are going to have to win a game on the road, and I think the Warriors can do that. I mean, both of these games the Warriors could have had, and so we very well could be talking about the Warriors being up 2-0 in the series. So we'll see how game 3 is going to go. But this is a pivotal game in the series. You've got to find a way to get a win here. Another disappointing loss for the Warriors, but I honestly never hate on the Kings. This Kings team is, they're a tough group out there, and you give them a lot of credit. They've earned this to be in this position, the best offensive team in the NBA, and they are definitely playing like it. And the home crowd has been electric out there. The fans have been very passionate, so it is a very loyal fan base there, and their first playoff win they got in, I think it was 16 years. So that's a pretty big milestone. Excuse me. So you give this Kings team a lot of credit. I mean, Sabonis he had a big game with 24 points. De'Aaron Fox, 24 points. We talk about the former Warrior Harrison Barnes. He's been solid with them. Herter, he was knocking down shots tonight. So it makes it tough when all of these guys are knocking down shots, and the Warriors, they were constantly coming from behind in this game, and at the very end, it just it got away. And this was a tough loss, but this Warriors team is certainly not done yet. I still think that they can come back in this series. We know how well the Warriors play at home, and the Chase Center is going to be absolutely electric. So key will be, can the Warriors get back-to-back wins at home to even up the series starting on Thursday? Take it one game at a time. Should be a lot of fun. What's going on, SG Sports Talk channel? As a Golden State Warriors fan, I'm very scared now because we're in a 0-2 hole, but we're resilient and we have a chance of tying the series in Game 3 and 4 in San Francisco at the Chase Center. Kings played well tonight. They light the beam for a victory. Give them credit. Yeah, they give them a lot of credit. This Warriors team fought hard in this game, and the Kings have, they've stepped their game up. And, for a young team that I'm not sure how many of these guys, how much experience that they have. Certainly not a whole bunch. Don't know how many of these guys have playoff experience. But you take into consideration all the games that the core Warriors 3, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, the series that they have played together, and this is going to continue to be a hard fought series. My prediction going in, Warriors in 7, and I'm still sticking to that prediction. So it's going to be interesting. Right now, you go back to the Chase Center. Can you get back-to-back wins there? I think you can, and should be a lot of fun. So looking forward to it. Warriors, this is going to be tough. We knew coming in that if this Warriors team was going to win a championship team, this would probably be the toughest challenge that they have faced. And so this challenge has gotten even more tough here already in the first round. You're down 2-0. I did not see this. I thought for sure Warriors would get a win, at least one win in Sacramento. But you look at, this game, the Warriors beat themselves with the turnovers. And we saw how close game 1 was. You were an Andrew Wiggins 3 away from potentially going up 2 and maybe on your way to winning that game. So to me, you look at how close these losses have been, and that's why this series could very well be flipped the other side and be 2-0 Warriors, and we could be talking about that. So that's why, to me, I feel the Warriors are not done yet, although I think a lot of people will be writing off the Warriors after tonight because that's been the story of their season. They haven't been able to take care of the basketball. Too many turnovers, and when you're given the best offensive team in basketball that many second chance points and points off turnovers, you're making it very tough on yourself to get a win. So we got to see this Warriors team make adjustments and take care of the basketball. That is going to be key. Limit the turnovers, because if they can do that, I think this Warriors team is going to be playing amazing at home. So they could very well get right back into this series. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see what ends up happening. Welcome in, everyone, to the Warriors post-game show. How's it going tonight? Golden State Warriors are trying to make a comeback in the fourth, but they came up short in the end. It was a hard-fought comeback. You really liked what we were watching. Warriors, this was a really fun game. Very competitive game, very exciting game. So there's nothing like Warriors-Kings Battle of NorCal in the first round of the playoffs, and to come out in a game like this. And so look, right now it's tough. It's tough to be down 0-2 in the series, but I think Warriors can bounce back, and key will be to play well at home, and you can you can fight your way back into the series if you can get wins in game 3 and 4, even up the series. And even if you happen to split at home, Warriors, we know that they've got to get a win on the road. So I think Warriors, with how close these two games were, and as we said, it could very well be flipped. Warriors up 2-0 in the series. To me, Warriors, I think, are going to have a great opportunity to be able to fight back in this series. Looking forward to it. Welcoming everyone to the Warriors post-game show. How's everyone doing tonight? Appreciate everyone checking in. Warriors, unfortunately, do fall to the Sacramento Kings, 114 to 106 here in Game 2 of this first round of the Western Conference playoffs. This was tough. Very tough loss. But, there were some great positives to take away from this game. You look at Andrew Wiggins. He looked really good out there. He had 22 points in the game for Wiggins with 5 rebounds. A magnificent performance for Wiggins. So that has been a very encouraging sign because I think it had been 8 to 10 weeks or so since Andrew Wiggins, or 10 to 12 weeks since he had played in a game. So we didn't know what we were going to get, what we were going to see from Andrew Wiggins to see how he has played. That has certainly been encouraging to see, and really key, because this Kings team, they give them credit. They fought really hard in this game, and they earned this win, and they took care of home court. They won both games at home. And we know the Warriors' struggles on the road. And even though this is very close to home, still in that, you're in a hostile environment. So Warriors got to make adjustments. They've got to take care of the basketball. You can't have a game like this where you turn it over 22 times and your opponent gets 25 points off turnovers. And that's basically how you beat yourself. And when you make those mistakes, makes it very tough to come back. No, I didn't say that. SG Sports Talk channel. Appreciate the comments. What I was saying is that it could very well be flipped, that Warriors could be up 2-0 because of how close these games were. So that's what I was getting at there, is you look at how close these two games have been. But I appreciate the comments there, looking out. So yeah, when I said what I said is essentially that this series could be flipped the other side, that instead of it being Kings up 2-0, that Warriors essentially would be up 2-0 because of how close these games have been. And so to me, you look at the mistakes. Warriors made so many mistakes in this game, and yet, they still at several points had the lead and had opportunities to win this game. I feel like Warriors can fight their way back into the series. And so that's going to be fun to watch. Looking forward to it, because to me, this Warriors team, these are very tough losses, and this is where you're going to find out what you're made out of, to how you bounce back. And Warriors have been one of the most resilient teams, the best playoff team in the playoffs to get a win following a playoff loss. Coming into tonight, Warriors were 30-10 in the playoffs following a playoff loss. Unfortunately, tonight they do lose, but this Warriors team is resilient, and I'm confident that you can see them bounce back in this series. And they've got to. It's going to be really tough. This Kings team is very tough. You've got to contain De'Aaron Fox, as limit how much he scores against you. I mean, that dude is he's amazing out there. His athleticism and the kind of shot attempts, and then shooting the three, the confidence you see from him. He's stepped up big time. You give credit to the Kings, how hard they fought, and they took care of advantage of home court and played well enough to win. And Warriors now are in a 0-2 hole. They've got to bounce back. That is, oh my gosh, I was not aware of that. That Draymond will likely be suspended for Game 3. If that's the case, that's not good at all. That is not good at all. Um, you know, it. I do. I'm not. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the referees. A lot of the calls they made tonight didn't make a lot of sense, and so you hope in this case that they don't make a call that decides how the series plays out, because Draymond Green is so key, and when he was ejected from this game, which I think he shouldn't have been, he was clearly trying to run back to the other side of the court, and because Sabonis was holding onto his right leg, that's why his leg ended up on Sabonis's chest, and Draymond wasn't able to run down the court, and so I do not know. I'm not sure how it ends up becoming a flagrant 2 foul and automatic ejection there. And, that really hurt the Warriors down the stretch of this game, because we know how much of an impact Draymond Green brings defensively, and how key he is, the leader. So when he ends up being ejected from the game, really just makes it tough. And if he ends up having to miss any of the remaining games in this series, that's going to be really tough on the Warriors to adjust, because they've struggled securing rebounds, and defensively we know how Draymond, arguably best defensive player in the NBA, and to miss him, to not have him out there, it's going to be tough. We'll see how that goes. Draymond's stomp justifies a suspension. I mean, the degree of the play. I mean, I think appreciate the thoughts. I'm in. Appreciate you sharing your thoughts. In my opinion, I'm not sure that I seen Draymond stomping on Sabonis. Again, I feel like Draymond was trying to run back to the other side of the court, and so I think it's certain people see it, or I mean, I'm not sure how the referees seen it in the way that they seen it, that to justify a suspension. To me, Draymond should not be suspended a game at all. That you're talking about almost changing the impact of how this series goes, but we'll see how it plays out. Have to give Green a final warning. I mean, that's Draymond could face discipline action. Yeah, that'd be cool. SG Sports Talk channel to catch up at a Warriors game sometime. That'd be definitely cool. Have to give Green a final warning. Yeah, that's that. I feel like that's what it should be. I think, if something happens again with a flagrant 2, then yes, a suspension of, 1 game missed. But to me, I think that it should be a warning. And especially now with the Warriors down 0-2, I feel like if you suspend Green, I'm not saying the Warriors would lose, but should they lose that game, then they fall down 0-3, and then it makes it really tough to be able to fight back in the series. But we'll see how it ends up playing out. So we are going to be getting to our picks of the game. Appreciate everyone checking in, and I would love to hear your picks of the game. If you haven't already shared your pick of the game, please, SG Sports Talk channel, I appreciate that. But please do not share any links in the chat. We don't share links in the chat just for, we keep the chat. We don't want there to be any links that lead to other. So appreciate that. So we are getting to our picks. I am going with Andrew Wiggins as my pick of the game. What a performance for Wiggins, stepping up big time with 22 points and 5 rebounds. Absolutely magnificent. And I mean, to see where Wiggins is at, since he hasn't played in like 10 to 12 weeks, it's remarkable. And Wiggins was a key going into this series. Is what kind of an Andrew Wiggins were the Warriors going to get? What would they get from him offensively? And we know that what he brings defensively, one of the best defenders in the game. I mean, he has really elevated his game defensively. You know, he's last year in the playoffs guarding everyone's best players out there, guarding Jason Tatum in the finals. And so we know that how big it was getting Wiggins back. So this Warriors team has played some solid defense in this series. Could be better, but you know, it's been solid and they have improved. And when you got Wiggins back and Gary Payton the second back, you got a solid group here to work with. And with Draymond Green, best defensive player in the game. So this is really great to see. And if Green gets one more flagrant point, it's an automatic suspension. Automatic. I think a flagrant one or just a flagrant. So thank you, Iman, for clearing that up about what would lead to a Draymond suspension. Because appreciate that. So hopefully, Draymond has got to be very careful. We know that at times he has, lost his composure sometimes. And so I'm confident he will keep his composure out there. And he knows that the Warriors need him if they're going to fight back in this series. So looking forward to Game 3. Let's see the Warriors get a win and bounce back in this series. Andrew Wiggins did a fine job to show his athleticism, same as Stephen Curry. Most definitely, this was Wiggins. It's impressive to see where he is at after missing so much time, and really this being his second game back, and it looks good in his first game. What's going on, Anju? Good to see you in the house. Warriors will win Game 3 and 4 in San Francisco, then still Game 5 in Sac. Finally, they'll close out the series in Game 6 in San Francisco. Love it. Yeah, I could totally see it right now. Warriors rallying off 4 wins in a row. Most definitely it can be done, and they can definitely take control of this series and momentum coming right back. All good there, SG Sports Talk channel. All good there. So my pick of the game, Andrew Wiggins. Thank you so much, everyone, checking out tonight's Warriors post-game show. Appreciate everyone checking in, and we are let's make some noise for the YouTube algorithm, and let's smash up the like button. Thank you so much. This feedback really helps out the channel big time. All it takes just half a second of your time to hit that like button, and this feedback lets YouTube know and lets the YouTube algorithm know to recommend this video to as many Golden State Warriors fans and basketball fans out there. So thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you taking valuable time out of your day to check out the Warriors post-game show here on the channel. So thank you again. If you enjoy these Warriors post-game shows, we'll be here breaking it down following every Warriors game here in the playoffs, and we do break down some games during the regular season. So definitely consider subscribing to the channel if that sounds good to you. So thank you again, everyone. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Looking to see the Warriors bounce back in Game 3 Thursday at the Chase Center. It's going to be a fun one. Thank you again, everyone. Appreciate you all checking in. Good to see you, Anju. Have a good one. Good to see you, AM Echo Sky. Good to see you, SG Sports Talk channel. Thank you again, everyone. Have a good one and take care.